No problem. Okay. Don't need the controller anymore because I can't play a first-person shooter with a gamepad. No chance. Alright, what level are we up to? I think we did 13 yesterday. I think this is the next one we're supposed to do. I think this is where we're supposed to be next. Cinny's Stubborn, what's up, man? What's going on? Cinny Stubborn is yet another streamer. Let's give him a shout out. Plays all kinds of interesting things. A lot of things that weren't even released in the United States. I hope you're doing well. Yeah, I'm doing good, man. I hope you are too. Hope all is well for you today. We just finished up some brutal Super Mario World. Now we're going to hop into some Final Doom. But yeah, all is good for me today. It's hard for me to catch your streams a lot of times. You stream like right when I'm going to bed, and I'm able to pop in for a short time before I go to bed. But I like to do that when I can. Our time zone differences are pretty crazy with you being in India. That's pretty awesome. Hope things are going well over there for you today, man. Hope all is well. Alright, yellow key already, look at that. That was kind of unexpected, but we'll take it. Alright, let's keep searching for secrets. Got some custom music on this level. You can't punch the door open. Sometimes that's a thing. There's a chain gun hidden in there. Alright. Might stream early morning. Yeah, I've caught you a couple of times. I'd like to catch you more often. A lot of times I'm either work. Yeah, you've been streaming sometimes when I've been at work or when I'm asleep. But if I see you on, I'm gonna lurk in your channel. I definitely, you will definitely count on me to do that. I lurk in a lot of people's channels, help them out, give them support, that type of stuff. That's a lot of times the best thing I can do when I'm like busy at home and stuff. Edited my panels finally. Good, I'd like to check them out. I will definitely be checking that out, dude. Hey, Steamy, what's going on as well, dude? You're gonna be lurking because I'm working at school right now. No problem, man. Hope your work at school is productive today. I have to lurk all the time, so never feel bad about having to lurk here, ever. That is 100% good. I feel bad about having to lurk a lot of times in you guys' channel simply because of things going on here. I just way too much going on in my real life, and I get distracted, and I can't just sit and chill and watch a stream. That's what I want to do a lot of times. I just can't do it. Lurking is backbone. Yeah, I've heard before that Twitch practically runs on lurk and work, and I kind of believe that. I'm kind of with that. But it's a good way to support somebody when you can't be there, so I'm definitely trying to do that whenever possible. Alright, we can definitely chain gun these guys, because they do drop bullets. This room looks just like the last one. Is that going to hurt me if I stand in it? Yes, okay. I had to find out, not every bit of liquid in this game hurts you. I can't even see in there, man. It's so dark. Twitch is my real life now for me. I spend more time in Twitch these days than I ever have, as far as like watching streams, streaming myself, and lurking. It wasn't by design originally, because I really got into Twitch because of the virus forcing people to stay home and a bunch of stuff like that. But I've really enjoyed it. I've really enjoyed it, and I don't want to change anything about it. I want to I want things to keep going as they are, as far as like hanging out on Twitch and stuff. It's been fun. We got chain gun guys. They're gonna wreck me too. Those are my least favorite enemies in the game, are these chain gun guys. They're just terrible. I hate them so much. I'm half dead already. This game can really be cruel sometimes. Alright, let's... That hurt me? Okay. I didn't think I was far enough into that, but we got more ammo. We got the backpack. Alright, no problem there. This is one of my favorite games from when I was growing up as a teenager. That was 25 years ago, but I've never ever gotten bored of this game, ever. Only first-person shooter you like? Well, you picked a great one. If you're only gonna like one first-person shooter, this is the one to like of all of them. This is a classic. It's just great. I could never get bored of this game. How old am I? I am 40. I am 40 years old. You're 23. Wow, and you're so into retro games at 23, dude. That's awesome. You're experiencing some classics that most people your age are not really going to want to play. That's really awesome. But yeah, I am 40 years old. A lot of people don't think I'm 40, but I am. I 100% am 40. My birthday is in March 1981. And there's so many good classics to play, it's ridiculous. I like some modern games. I'm not really much of a modern games guy, I found out. I mean, I play some modern games here and there, mostly RPGs and stuff, though, for off-stream, but as far as, like, most modern games, I'm just really not that into them. They just aren't that fun to me. I'm 38 and I still get carded for beer. You do look young, Maddie. I'm not gonna lie. I've seen you on stream plenty of times. You don't look your age at all. No, I'm 40, Cindy. I am 40. I turned 40 earlier this year. I don't feel like I'm 40, honestly. I still feel like I did when I was 20. And hopefully that's not gonna change. I don't like the looks of this. I don't like the looks of this. They did give me radiation suit over there, but it looks like I'm going to have to move quickly if I'm going to figure out which path is going to be the right one here. Alright, more health. We need that. More health. We need that. We got 4 paths to choose here. Yeah, I am definitely 40. You look so young. I appreciate it, man. I appreciate it. I get that a lot, and I do appreciate it. It's hard for me to tell how old I look from my own perspective. It's really hard for me to do that. Like, to me, I kind of look the same as I always have. We definitely need blue key for that. All right. But yeah, I actually am 40 years old. A lot of people don't... People have not believed me when I've told them before, but yes, I am. Hey, Royal, what's going on, man? Yeah, we just finished up some brutal Super Mario World. Made some good progress in that. It's not really a brutal game. I don't really like the description for it, but we made some more progress in that. And now we're getting into our first level of the day for Final Doom. And let's give you a shout out as well. Let's give you a shout out. I know you're in my list. I've got all you guys in my list by now. There you are. Royal is once again another streamer, and I am dropping frames or something. Hopefully I'm not. Okay. I just got an error message on OBS. Encoding overloaded. Considering turning down video settings or using a faster encoding rate. That's not a good sign. Let me change the bit rate real quick because I don't want to screw something up here. I have so many problems that shouldn't be problems, but it happens. I'm going to drop my video bit rate down by 250. See if that fixes it. Probably shouldn't see much difference on my end, honestly, because we're playing a pixelated looking first-person shooter, so I don't think it's going to interfere with the quality too much. Trying to keep the nerve anxiety down. Test time in 2.5 hours. Ugh. That sucks. That sucks. Any type of test for anything is going to be high anxiety. I never did. I was always nervous as hell for testing for anything. Some people test well, and I'm envious of those. I'm sure you are too. All right, let's get the radiation suit and make a run for this, because I don't know where else to go right now. All right, Alright, there's demons in here. There's health down there. Alright, this is those tunnels I was looking at earlier. I can't see anything in here. I just took a bunch of hits. Gotta use OBS run as administrator to this because some tasks running in the background takes more CPU usage. Yeah, I think it's my internet causing the problem, actually. I've got OBS on run as administrator, but sometimes it's just not good enough. I've got the best internet I can have in my area, and it's just not good enough. I almost got crushed there. Is that really gonna crush me? Did we even try to go in there? That was... Dude, that's a dead end. That's a trick right there. They're trying to get me killed. Alright, we're going this way. No more radiation suit. Now we have to... There's a dead Doom Marine right there. Ominous sign. Yeah, all you guys are... Royal's a streamer, Cinny Stubborn's a streamer, Maddie's a streamer. Yeah, you guys all check each other's streams out. Everyone here's a good streamer. Alright. Kind of nervous about this. I don't think that fire's gonna hurt me. Yeah, that will hurt me if I drop down in that. Alright. This level's not been too bad so far. I've seen worse. You can always see worse in this game. Speaking of worse, now I'm gonna have to go into this mess. Is that floor gonna hurt me? If it does, we're in all kinds of trouble. We don't have many shotgun shells left. We're kind of low. Lost souls hiding in here. I don't like these things. These things don't... They don't even leave a corpse behind. It's not even fun to kill them. Kind of lame as hell. I'm an awesome streamer. Cinny, I really appreciate it, man. I really do. I think I'm a pretty awful streamer. I've always hated the sound of my own voice. I know a lot of people say that. You get hurt in there. Good freaking God. What am I supposed to do with this? Make a run for it? I'm just gonna die in there. Haven't streamed in a few weeks. Finally got the itch this weekend. We'll see. Okay, good, man. I hope so. I hope so. I would like to drop by, even if it's just if I have to lurk. I like to drop by everybody's streams. Because when I'm not streaming myself, there's usually two things I'm doing. I'm either doing stuff real life that keeps me busy. I'm playing RPGs with my girlfriend because the only types of games she really likes are turn-based RPGs. So we play those, or I'm working from home. So that's why I'm kind of limited sometimes on watching streams. And like in the evenings, I usually have Twitch going, but a lot of times I'm not able to follow along exactly because I'm working at my desk and stuff. But Twitch helps me keep focused because I can stop for a second. I can chill with whoever's streaming at the time, take a 5-minute break, and then get back to it. That helps me with my focus. You think I'm a badass streamer? Dude, I appreciate it a lot. I do. I'm trying to get better. That's a big thing with me, is always trying to improve. I'm gonna make a run for it. Gotta be something to do in here. Alright, I took a little bit of damage there. That's okay. I kind of feel like for a while, I had to stop streaming for a while. Well, not completely, because I got a new job. And my time completely changed on me. I was working during the early part of the day. I had a normal job, 9 to 5, that type of stuff. But, now I'm being allowed to work from home from that job a lot, which has kind of brought my streaming back to life. And I've branched out a little bit more with streaming. Instead of, when I first started streaming, I was just playing Team Fortress 2, which is a first-person multiplayer shooter. And I had a good time with that for a while, but I really kind of felt the need to branch out and start doing some other stuff. And I've honestly enjoyed branching out and playing other games a lot more. It's kind of been almost like a new beginning for me, starting 2 months ago or something. It's been a lot of fun. I'm going to try and do this for as long as I can, as long as my time will allow it. Okay, we got a big wad of guys coming out right there. I'm glad I had the chain gun equipped. It's usually safe to walk. There's a cyber demon down there. Or a spider mastermind or something. There's something big down there. Oh my god, I'm taking so much damage. Alright. There's something big down there. Yeah, it's a spider mastermind. Could probably kill him from here. Yeah, that's one of the big baddies right there. The voice is awesome. I appreciate it. I cringe when I hear the sound of my own voice. I cringe hard. But you guys haven't hated on it too much so far, so I'm going to assume it's doing okay right now. But that was one of the main reasons I almost didn't want to stream, is because I didn't like how my voice sounded. But I guess that's okay. Quit my job so I can focus on stream. My job was exhausting in prison, even if it was working from home. Dude, some jobs even from home are stressful. My job's kind of fast and busy in a way, and it can, and some days it's quieter than others, but you're not wrong, man. Sometimes when you work from home, it's a real drag. I've definitely been down that road as well. Definitely been down it. If there's lost souls and stuff still in this room, they're gonna get me, because I can't see them. Where's the light amplification goggles? That sure would be nice. Or we could just call it night vision. Dude, why do they do this? I hate how they stick chain gun guys around every corner in this episode. I hate it so... That's my least favorite thing about this. Dill, what's going on, man? Hey, yeah, we're playing some Doom today. We're getting some Doom rolling. This is Final Doom. This is Final Doom is extremely difficult. We're doing pistol starts, ultra-violence difficulty. It's tough. It's been a real challenge to get through this, but I've got all the key cards now. Where do I need to go now? Heard Southern country accents aren't very well received, but I won't change it, so oh well. That's kind of funny, Royal, because that's kind of funny because a lot of people have told me personally I do not have a Southern accent despite living in Alabama my whole life. And there's also people that have lived here my whole life and have told me you don't have a Southern accent at all. So I just kind of agree with everybody. I'm just kind of like, okay, whatever. Okay, I don't have an accent. Okay, I do. Dude, what is this? I don't like the looks of this. I'm gonna make a run for it. What am I supposed to do? Now we gotta play this level again. Gotta play this whole level again, guys. Gotta... I don't know what I was supposed to do there. It looked like that was the only thing I could do was go backwards. I didn't see another path. I just messed up my mouse sensitivity. Hold on. Okay. God damn it, dude. That pisses me off. I didn't know where to go. Was that not possible? I guess not. Live and learn. I gotta go enjoy the stream. Okay, Maddie, thanks for hanging out, man. Thank you very much. I will more than likely see you in GoTen stream tonight. More than likely. Most people do dialect. Yeah, most people do mistake dialect for an accent. It's... Now, personally, me living here in Alabama, I've heard some people that live way out in the country, very rural areas. It's hard for me to understand what they're saying. And those are also the types of people that say they can't understand what people in the north from like New York or Boston are saying. So it's almost like one extreme to the other from both sides of it. I don't have a problem understanding anyone from anywhere in this country. I've never had a problem with that, but some people swear they can't understand some people. That's never been me. We snipe at these guys from here. I am gonna have to fight them. guys had a clean shot at my back and only landed 1 hit. I've not done Plutonia. That's coming up. I've heard Plutonia is just nasty as absolute hell. That's what some guys in the stream on Sunday were telling me, that I wasn't going to want to play Ultraviolence on Plutonia, starting with pistol on every level, and I said, well, that's just the way we're going to have to do it. It's already been decided. It's going to be this type of difficulty or not at all. Sound like one of my good friends. He's from Bama as well. There's some accents are, like I said, so severe they're hard to understand even for me, having grown up here. My family is not originally from the South. I only ended up growing up here in Tuscaloosa, Alabama area because my grandfather's final job with the railroad, he retired here. He was transported here for the job, and when he reached retirement age, he was still working here. And he retired and decided to just stay here. And so he raised his family here. My parents ended up being born here. My dad is from here as well, but his family ancestry is Danish. And my mom, my grandmother, was actually never an American citizen. She was born in Britain and never actually got her American citizenship. So my family, for the most part, is pretty new to the United States as a whole. But I don't have like any deep roots in the South or anything. That's maybe why I don't. It's never felt like I've totally fit in real well here. I also hate sweet tea. People basically brand me as a heretic for that. If you don't like sweet tea and you're from the South, they look at you like you're like some kind of monster or something. Did I pick up the super shotgun? I did. Okay, just making sure. Yeah, we're definitely doing Plutonia on this difficulty setting. I'm not going to give up on it. It doesn't sit well with me to give up on anything. Ever. So, if we have to die a million times to get through Plutonia on that difficulty with pistol starts, then so be it. I don't like lowering the difficulty on stuff. Dude, we are out of shotgun shells. We are just out. Alright, I need to pick that up, and I need to pick that up. If I have to take some damage here, that's fine. Alright, so what I'm going to have to do is, in this level, is try and find another path instead of going back through that crusher. That's what I'm going to have to try and do. Maybe there's another way to go. I thought maybe I could make that by making a decent run. Sweet tea, water in the South. I'm fine with people that enjoy sweet tea. I've been surrounded by it my whole life. My parents even love it. They look at me like I'm some kind of weirdo for not liking it, but I can't help it. I just don't like it. I'd rather just drink water, orange juice, you name it. I'd rather have anything but sweet tea. I told my friend in high school I was allergic to it, so he'd fix something else, and he believed me, and I let him believe that it was possible to be allergic to it for years, and then I finally told him at some point. He wasn't too pleased about it, but that's the way it goes sometimes. I need to tell him I stream. He'd probably come in here and we could laugh about some old stories. He and I played competitive Quake Team Fortress together, so that would be some fun stuff to talk about. He's like really busy in real life now. He's got like 2 young kids and some type of corporate IT job or something. I don't know. I don't get to hang out with him too much anymore. But as far as first-person shooters for me, I got my start basically with this game, and then we moved into Quake, competitive Quake Team Fortress, and I stayed in that for several years. But I never stopped liking the original Doom. I think these are all dead ends, yeah. Every one of these is a dead end. They're a trick. It's a trick to make you run down there. But the truth of the matter is that it's actually a wall, and if you don't look at the map or shoot down there, you can't tell. So the only one you can actually go in is the one straight ahead. So let's go. This time we need to move a little bit quicker. I would like to get to that part with the lost souls while I've still got my radiation suit available. I know there's a specter there. It's dead. Okay. Can't get back out there. I heard a lost soul. There's one nearby. Alright, we have the blue key now. Fuck this crusher thing. I knew I could make that. No, I was just being impatient there. I'm chalk that one up to just being impatient. Are we even going to complete a level today? Now I'm starting to question whether I can even complete a level today. It's going to reach that point at some point with Final Doom where I was even thinking about that before I even started streaming this game, is that some days progress is not going to be good. I can't believe that happened. Jesus Christ. Alright. I know you're in there. I get it, we'll kill him later. So far, the enemies have not been a threat on this level. The crushers have been everything. You know, I was trying to hurry there, too. I wanted to get to that room with the lost souls while I still had the... Oh, we forgot to get the chain gun. Hold up, I gotta go back. Oh, wait, that was a secret. Hold up. I saw something. I saw something. Dude, there's a secret there, and we're gonna figure out how to get it. I felt through 2 of my Zone of the Enders 2 streams. Just want to get past a certain level the whole stream. That's what this is devolving into very quickly. Alright, what's this gonna be? Something good? More crushers. That's not what I wanted to see. Gotta be something up here worth getting. What's that in the... Ooh, there's nothing here. That's kind of trolly. Saw an imp right there. There's one in there. Alright, whatever. Just keep moving. I thought I found a really nice secret right there, and it's absolutely nothing. These imps just fire at me and then they hide. This room kind of sucks because there's a chain gun guy up there. Any room where there's a chain gun guy sucks. Those are the worst regular enemies to deal with in the game. These regular guys are pretty pathetic, honestly. They're not much of a threat. The shotgun guys are. The regular guys with just like pistols and stuff, they're not a threat. Alright, we're going to charge this guy with a chain gun. Chain gun is good for stun locking. You can catch a guy with it. They usually can't move if you keep it right on them. They can break free of stun locks, though, and when it's a bigger monster and it does that, it can kill you. Can't rely on it 100% of the time. I hate it when that happens. You think you're going to land a nice meaty hit on something, and the bullet spread of the weapon just doesn't allow it. Alright, let's pick up a couple of things here. It's better than nothing. Let's not get crushed this time. I'm sick of being crushed. That's 2 crush deaths so far. Alright, so the plan is to pick that up and go in here. See, it stops trying to crush you at that point. But then it turns back on later, and it's kind of deceiving. Alright, get rid of the specters. Alright, now get back out of here, but this time don't get crushed. I was trying to hurry last time. That was a mistake. Not this time, though. Alright, let's wait on it. Now go. Okay, now we can go this way. So trolly. Alright. I don't think I'm going to have enough time to get down there to that other room anyway. Nah, it's already fading. Alright. The guy almost shot that barrel. That would have been good. You're near a barrel that blows up, forget it. It's like being hit by a rocket, practically. Alright, so the smart play here would be to kill a couple of these guys, because if I get blocked in here in the lava, I'm going to be in trouble. Go ahead and kill a few. I know it wastes ammo, I can't help it. Cannot be helped. Alright, we're getting close to where we were last time. Oh, it's like a maze? Last time I just went through it quickly. I get a feeling there's probably something secret in there. BFG hidden around a corner or something. Alright, the doors are going to open. Spider Mastermind's going to come out down there. Alright, we're just going to get these guys from the corner here. I'm going to have to take a couple of hits here. There's no way around it. Those chain gun guys first are the worst enemies. I'm going to go ahead and grab that. Alright. Is there anything in this room? Feels like there should be something in here. Probably. Yeah, it's nothing. Looks like nothing. Alright. Alright, now how am I supposed to get past this without getting crushed coming up? Something in the fire? No. Does this work? I don't think I can make it. That doesn't look possible. If I just run down there, I'm just gonna die again. Dude, I don't know. Can't get in between it. I have no idea. Don't really want to pick that armor up yet. I'm gonna look around a little bit more. I don't... Going that way looks like a last resort. Oh, I have to go back through that, though. Dude, what do you do here? There's no escape up there. It just goes to the dead end where I picked up the key card. I'm confused. This doesn't really feel fair. I can't make this run. There's not enough room. I'm just gonna die again. There's no way. I can't move that quickly. I'm gonna search again. It's better than just randomly dying. Just gonna search again. Goes all my... This is just not gonna work. This is not gonna work. Okay, that's fine. There's a spider mastermind down there. I'm well aware of that, but no more health to pick up. I'm just gonna die. You can't get back out there. There's nothing you can do on this level. Everything is a trap. It's a trick. You can't do anything. Nothing, nowhere to go here. Nowhere to go there. Anyone has any idea? I'm dead now. I can't even get back to the slime. This level sucks. This is my least favorite level. It's not really a fair level. If I kill this guy, will something happen? I don't even know if I can. It's hard to tell if you're hitting anything. He's gonna kill me anyway. I can't go back because there's nothing but lava back there. Maybe if I kill this guy, something opens? I'm just at a loss here. I'm dead. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. Guess I'll just have to try and outrun the Crusher. That's what it's come down to, is try and outrun it again. Try harder. Starting to get a little... I'm not gonna lie, I'm getting a little bit frustrated with this. Not gonna lie, getting a little bit frustrated. If it was a hard fight to win, that'd be one thing. If it was a really tough fight. But it's not a fight. It looks like it's asking me to do something that's not physically possible. I'll try it. It's my last hope at this point. Is hopefully be a little bit faster. You strafe run at a corner, it looks like you go a little bit faster. Maybe strafe run, sorry. If you do like that, it's a lose-lose situation. And that's what it is. I'm definitely getting a little bit frustrated here, I'm not gonna lie. And I don't mind figuring out a level, but sometimes it just, you just don't know, and everything you try fails miserably, and then you're back to square one again. That's what it feels like. Not gonna give up though. It's too easy to just give up. I don't. That's never gonna sit well with me. It's just giving up. But I don't like the design. The level's okay until that part. Everything's okay until that part. It takes a while to get back to that point, which makes it a million times worse. Bad bullet spread, of course. I got some new memory ordered for my computer as well. That's coming in. Then we can, I'm going to do a Zelda 2 run with level 1 life. I'm going to try that. Not level up life any. I think that's doable. I played Zelda 2 a million times growing up. I got to do something to make it harder. That's what I've decided to do for the first Zelda 2 run. Level 1 life. No experience levels put into it at all. I think that should be challenging. I've never tried to do that before. So everything that hits me will do a massive amount of damage, and we'll just have to get good and not take any damage. Alright, radiation suit time. Can't see. Where did that come from? Where the hell did that come from? That's not supposed to be there. That's different. Alright, well now I'm gonna have to deal with that. I don't like those things. That's called a pain elemental. It's one of the worst enemies they have to offer because it spawns lost souls. You don't want to put up with those. I'm not worried about it, honestly. I'm worried about this. Plenty of health and stuff to pick up there. I'm just gonna have to make a run for it and hope for the best. That's the only strategy I see with that crusher part. To make a very fast run. And see, when you're strafing back and forth, I think you get a little extra speed. I think. Could be wrong, but I think. I guess we'll kill these. There was nothing else in this room. We were pretty thorough about checking it. You get stuck in here, you're in trouble. Lost a lot of health doing that. You only come in here one time. After that, it's over. Thankfully, enemies that use bullets also will attack each other very, very, very frequently, so that's a big positive there. Love how they fire the instant I walk around the corner. Radiation suit's gonna get me out of here, but... Alright, now I'm not gonna fire at that spider mastermind. That's a terrible spot to fight him anyway. Alright. Alright, barrel blew up right in the middle of everybody. That was nice. Alright, we're just gonna have to make a big run here. I don't know what else to do. There's nothing else to do except make a big run. There's nothing else on the map you can do. Oh, there's nothing. Hold up. Anything to hit or anything in there? Nope. there a switch or something to hit here to turn it off, maybe? Because it just doesn't look physically possible. It doesn't look physically possible to do this. There's no room on the side to stand where it can't get me. Alright, well, here goes nothing. Go ahead and pick this up. We probably won't be coming back into this area, so I'm just going to pick everything up. This is all there is to do left. Alright, so it is possible. Now a million more guys have spawned. I probably made that by like an inch or something. Literally had to be like an inch right there. I'm just happy it's over. Now we can probably more than likely finish this level. Alright, is everyone dead now? Jeez, man. Alright, so we've got a chance now, at least. There's still a spider mastermind out there, but that shouldn't be too much of a problem. That was a lucky guess, Royal. That was just a lucky guess on my part. Let's do a strafe run, because you move a little bit faster when you're moving like that. Just a little bit, and that may have been what we needed to get through it. Alright, so now we can go back towards the beginning. Of course, now they're going to spawn a million more guys along the way. This is why you can't... I've died before on some levels. Not during this stream, though. Like, you think it's safe. You're like, okay, let's use the map to run back to the beginning. If you're running on the map screen, you can't see you can't see enemies when you're in the map screen. All of a sudden, you'll just be taking massive amounts of damage, because those guys weren't there before this wall opened and they were there. So I've had to teach myself not to look at the map when I'm going backwards through a level after I've done a bunch of stuff. Yeah, we've already been through this room, but now there's a bunch of stuff in it. Yep, exactly, man. What time is it anyway? I gotta keep an eye on the clock. Okay, 2:40. I got a little bit more time. I gotta get back to work after the stream's over, but I got more time. Crap out of here. Anticipating 20 more guys to be here now. Alright, there's the spider mastermind. We're in a good spot to kill him, too. It takes him a second to lock onto you. So if you're around the corner, you can do some massive damage, especially with this weapon. Alright, is that going to be it for this level? I hope so. I hope so. Alright, never want to see Steelworks again. Was not a fan. Was not a fan. Alright, next level, Dead Zone. Alright. Pistol starts. Back to just the pistol. Starting here with a chain gun. Good start. Just the chain gun. Alright, we got Caco Demon over there on the left. Get these guys fighting each other. I'm so happy to be done with that level. That was not a fan. Alright, these guys will fight each other now. This will save us some ammo here with these guys attacking each other. I love doing that. Oh, there's another one. Okay, good. He had a clear shot at my back and missed me there. They won't fight each other. Monsters of the same type will not engage in combat with each other, so I'm probably going to... Yeah, I'm going to have to kill both these guys now. But they did do some damage over there. What am I doing? I've got a chain gun. Alright. Should have pulled those guys around the corner and gotten them even more. Let's get enemies. Oh, there's chain gun guys in there. Oh, can't do that. Gotta say, early in the level, it's really important to get monsters fighting each other so you can save ammo. They're definitely going to do it. Alright, now let's get this one going. That demon right here might not go after me because he's looking at he's angry at the imps now that accidentally hit him, so... I'm worried about these chain gun guys. We'll go ahead and take them out. Taking all this damage. Okay. This is not a bad level so far. It's wide open. That gives us a lot of stuff to work with here. Okay, we can go up there. The imps. I see a revenant. There's an arch vial up there. Okay. Alright. I had no chance to avoid them there. That's fine. I'm gonna run around and get all the enemies fighting each other. That was a trolly place to put an arch vial in that little window. He's right up in that window right there. I'm not worried about anything except the chain gun guys right now. Nothing else can really hurt me. As long as I stay away from that arch vial window, I'm gonna be okay. That was so trolly. Alright. We should be fine with this. Health is not in good shape, though. Is there a place to get some health? They're gonna box me in. Alright. No! I hate chain gun guys. Yeah, the music's okay here. I've heard better. There's custom music a lot. I think I like the regular Doom soundtrack better, but it's alright. I've definitely heard better. Alright, I'm just gonna go around and kill chain gun guys. And stay away from that window right there. That's a good thing to do. Chain gun guys in there. These chain gun guys are the worst thing to deal with. I don't have a shotgun yet. I just realized that. I don't have it yet. Alright, there was health down there. I think there was a room, though, with some enemies in it, and we might be able to get a shotgun in there. A double barrel. Alright, now there's plenty of ammo. I don't have to be so careful with ammo right now. I can probably just fight this stuff on my own. Of course, I say that now. Yeah, it does. It looks just like a pool. It does. It's got the steps going down into it. Kind of weird having them on both sides, though. It definitely looks like a pool. Alright, is there going to be any way I can deal with that Archvile? That's kind of... Oh, there's a Pain Elemental, of course. Now I'd rather be dealing with the Archvile. Get him to come around the corner a little bit. You don't want Pain Elementals fighting other monsters, because they'll just endlessly spawn more lost souls. Do not want that to happen. Dead, okay. Another one, wonderful. And they're blocking my shots. Wait, I'm losing ammo here. Okay, it's dead. Ammo supplies are dwindling very quickly. I'm gonna have to do something about it. Alright. Alright, there's... That Revenant died somehow. It must have got... There's Archviles up there, though. We gotta be really careful. Get these guys fighting each other. That Mancubus will do massive damage. Definitely a monster you want to get involved in fighting, because it's powerful. I'm complaining about dead Revenants. I was wondering how it died. It was up there running around on that ledge. I got involved with other fights, and I come back and it's just randomly dead. I want to know how it died. I'm curious. How the hell did it die? It looks like that was physically impossible to happen. There's nothing that could have killed it. Goten, what's going on, man? Let's give you a shout out. Yeah, I shouldn't be complaining. It was they have it in a really trolly place right there. Where are you on? There you are. Only good Revenant's a dead Revenant. I agree. I agree. We're getting the Spectres to fight this Mancubus. That's kind of working. Why are you firing at me? They're attacking you. Get rid of this stupid thing. It'll end up trolling me at some point. Oh, oh my God, the Spectres actually killed a Mancubus. I don't know if I've ever seen that happen. Well, that's what you get for not paying attention to him. Alright. Archvile's up there, and he's gonna... Definitely gonna get me. Hope you're having a good day, Goten. What's up, man? There's another Revenant. Oh boy, alright. Dude, UN Squadron. How about that game? That's incredible. I'm in disbelief at that game. I can get a normal shotgun here. I really need one. That Archvile's like really close to here. He's probably like right around the corner. Revenant's over. Oh my God, they're coming up on me from behind. Alright. Post a video to Discord you might enjoy. Alright, cool. I will definitely check that out later today. I don't have to go anywhere today, so thankfully, after work, I just get to chill a bit this evening. I'm looking forward to doing that. To be able to kill him from there. Yeah, I know that Caco Demon can shoot at me, but we got a higher threat to deal with right now. There he goes. Alright. Maybe we should have done more monster... I'll take those rockets. We might find a launcher later. Alright, not bad. Not bad. Kind of beat up here. I'm not exactly in good shape health-wise. You can't get in there. Can't get in there. I'm out of ammo again. I could use... What is this going to spawn? 2 imps. Oh, there's more coming in. Alright. I was about to say this might get ugly, but it's just a bunch of this junk. I'm not too afraid. More guys are spawning in. Get some monster infighting going on. That's always the best strategy in this shit. Alright. He's gonna revive everything. No, we can't let this happen. The Archvile will revive dead enemies. That is a thing. That was trolly, man. That ate up so much ammo. What? There's another one! I don't have any ammo to deal with this. He's gonna resurrect everything up there. He's gonna resurrect everything up there. I'm so dead. Oh God, what has been unleashed here? This isn't gonna help me. They're just gonna Oh, that was the same one. I just didn't kill him. Okay, I thought the other guy... I thought he was already dead. This is a crazy level. And they've given me plasma cells, and I don't have anything to use them for. The BFG may as well just not exist. I never get it. They don't give it to you on any of these levels. Okay, so they did give me a plasma gun. That's fine. I can work with that. More shotgun shells. This is a hell of a level. I am really enjoying this level so far. It's crazy, but it's way more fun than that last one. Should not be staring at the map for too long. Make sure we didn't miss anything in here. Yeah, see, there's stuff to pick up. Okay, we've already been through here. There was nothing else to do in this room. What am I haven't found any key cards yet. There's a BFG. Can I get that? No, that's a trap. They want you to try and pick that up so the Archvile will kill you. I got it. I'm onto this. This can't be the end of the level already. That was the end of the level. Okay. Alright, well, it's another level down. Next level, Deepest Reaches. Alright. This is level 16. I'm going to have to create new save files for these levels in a minute. Meant to do that last night and ran out of time. Alright. That door open the whole time? It might have been. It honestly might have been. I'm tempted to replay that level and see if I can run for that. Actually, I don't think it was, because there was a bunch of switches in that large building that I hit, and I bet one of them is what opened it. Of course, knowing how trolly some of these levels have gotten, that would have been hilarious if that had been open from the very start. It wouldn't surprise me, honestly. They just had to put a chain gun guy over there, didn't they? He hits one of those Caco demons, they'll take it out, though. I didn't open the door, he did. Those chain gun guys will kill other enemies. I'm trying to get one of them to hit this Caco demon. That would be outstanding. That, just like that. Something to hit it. Alright, now go do your stuff over there and save me a bunch of ammo. Now he's focused on me again, okay. You know, the one enemy I wanted to die over there stayed alive, that chain gun guy. Alright, looks like we got slime or something on the floor and like a walkway here. Got the balance on it. That last jump wasn't possible, but that's fine. There's radiation suit down here. There's probably going to be an elevator. There's stairs. Okay. Well, I have the radiation suit, so let's explore the lava now. If there's anything worth picking up down here. It doesn't look like there is. Didn't have enough momentum to make that last jump. We'll try it again. Or you may just have to skip across it real quick like that. That's also fine. Definitely need the double barrel. Armor, box of bullets. Alright, we're in pretty good shape here. Stupid bullet spread. That was stupid bullet spread. Alright, what's going on over there? Hard to see with the radiation suit on, honestly. I have to rely on the game auto-aiming for me to hit those guys. It's not always easy. Alright. So, hey, this might be good if I can kill some of those guys from right there. Those guys gonna fight each other? Yeah, good. Alright, we have multiple passageways here. There's a box of shotgun shells right there. That could definitely save me. Well, we can... I don't know if we should pick them up yet. Take a couple more shots. What did that do? Opened a bunch of stuff up. Alright. Alright. I want the shotgun shells. The mancubus up there. Yikes. Alright. No big deal. In a pretty good position to deal with them. And also the chain gun guy. Chain gun guy's dead. Higher threat has been eliminated. The Revenant up there too. Alright. Gotta look out for that. I need the double barrel for this. Not a very... That was a bad shot by me right there. Alright. Gotta be very careful with that. Got him. Good enough. I don't know what even hit me there. Probably one of those little pea shooter guys. Did not know there was another one of these up there. This is a terrible position to be standing. Use corners and stuff here to... He might not be able to get me in this spot. Ah, I thought I could get around that corner. I take it back. This is a bad spot to be in. Alright, he's dead. Chainsaw's not going to do a whole lot right now. Chainsaw's good against imps and demons. Not so good against anything else. Got plenty of bullet rounds. We can definitely use those for a minute. Double barrel shotgun is the best weapon for saving ammo against big enemies. It's absolute the best. All right, there's health. There's a little bit of ammo. I'm gonna leave the box of bullets behind. A tough level so far, but nothing too ridiculous right now. Nothing too absurd. That could change quickly, though. That can't be messed with again. Nothing else in there. Alright, so we can go back in those tunnels. Looks like that's going to be the only thing to do. There was nothing really else to gain in this area. This was like an optional area. Unless that switch did something. So this looks to be the next path to go is right here. Don't be a bunch of chain gun guys. Okay. Alright, there's a Hell Knight down there. Central Scrutinizer, thank you for the host, dude. Really appreciate it. Get the hell off me. Good God. Thank you so much for the host, man. I appreciate it. We got a Hell Knight to deal with. And we got Caco Demons. And Revenants. We got a bunch of stuff down there. It'd be great to get it all into one big brawl. I'm going to try and do that. That may be the best I can do. I want the bigger monsters to fight each other. Oh my God, there's a Doom guy emote with sunglasses. Is that yours? That's right, that's yours. Dude, the Doom guy, that's awesome. That is yours. I totally forgot about that. Alright, now we'll see who wins this fight. Doom with it, yep. Yeah, instead of deal with it. Love it. Perfect. There's a dead Doom guy right there. And a gibbed one right there as well. Like, got like some kind of satanic altar thing going here. This type of stuff right here is what got a lot of people upset about Doom. This type of imagery back in the 90s. That and all the violence, like blowing people to pieces and all that. And the video game rating system was already out, but that didn't stop people from like protesting against this game and stuff. Which when you think about it by today's standards is kind of ridiculous. I mean, it was ridiculous back then. My parents let me play this game with no questions asked. They knew I could handle it without any problem at all. Yeah, exactly, Goten. Total losers. Absolute total losers. There were people in this state as well in Alabama. I'm not going to get into politics and stuff here because I hate politics, but I will toss this in real quick. People tried to get Harry Potter banned. People tried to get Harry Potter banned in this state because they thought it was promoting evil, hell-spawned wizardry. So it kind of is what it is with that type of thinking. People were still utterly terrified of the widespread media coverage of satanic cults during the 70s and 80s, even to the extent where they shunned D&D simply because one or two groups of kids took the game too far. Dude, I remember hearing about that. I remember hearing about that. That's crazy, but that is a thing. That is a thing. I played MK when I was 14. I've yet to pull someone's spine out from their bodies yet. Me too, man. I was playing it at the same age. I think I was like 13 or 14. Goten, you're like 2 years older than me, so I was probably like 12 when Mortal Kombat came out. My parents had no problem with me playing it. I bought the Sega Genesis version that had all the fatalities, I even remember the code to put in to turn on the fatalities. It was ABACABB. You wanted blood and stuff in Mortal Kombat at home, you had to put a code in on the Genesis version. And I remember that quite well. Did I just get bit by a mosquito? That would suck if so. Did I just not find anything down there? We're the devils. Devils. Yeah. We're causing all kinds of problems. Well, that's what some parents actually thought back in the day, and that's ludicrous, but that's what they were thinking. There's nothing else in here. What was the purpose of this room, other than to look at this? Okay, there's a blue door. Where the hell do you get the blue key? Remember Evening News, maybe Dan Rather talking about Mortal Kombat and the violence kids will create. Dude, they had a congressional hearing or something about Mortal Kombat. They really did. They had a congressional hearing, I believe, about Mortal Kombat, if you can believe it, but I think they did. Kefka taught me my sense of humor. I started a cult where we poisoned cities' water supplies. Scrutinizer, did you build a monument to non-existence like Kefka wanted to do? Did you want to do that? Kefka, dude. That's the best Final Fantasy villain, bar none. It's not even close. That guy still cracks me up with some of those things that they put in there for him. Alright, there's a switch I didn't see before. What did that do? We're getting nowhere on... Oh, well, here's something. This is new. Yeah, Night Trap was not even a good game, and then people went ballistic over it. I actually saw it played for real at a friend's house, and I was like, wow, the infamous Night Trap on Sega CD. This is going to be something, and it was like nothing. It was like no big deal at all. There's the blue key. Okay. What's going to spawn if I pick it? Oh, I can't even get it. So we're in like a sewer or something. This looks like something out of Heretic or Hexen more so than Doom. This is what this kind of reminds me of. Son of a bitch. You were hiding in here the whole time. Alright. Can't do anything with that. There's got to be something to do in here. I keep expecting to hear the splash sound. They added that in Heretic. When you jumped in the water, there was like a splash sound effect. GTA, exactly. There's sand on my boots. Yeah, and he makes the soldiers go. And then the other soldier wipes his other boot off. Dude, I love that game so much. I laughed my ass off the first time I actually got to that scene. I was like, God, this guy is not right in the head. Who the hell is he? I thought he was I thought Kefka was going to be a joke character in that game. And it turns out he destroys the whole world and does everything he wanted to do. This isn't a trap or anything, right, guys? This isn't a trap or anything. I mean... I just activated his trap card in Yu-Gi-Oh terms. I just activated a trap card, but it worked out. It worked out. Reactionary idiots who don't play games never should be the ones to make laws on them. Absolutely, but you know how things get sometimes. People think they know everything, and then they make rules for everyone else and don't have a clue. That's how it goes. Duke Nukem was mentioned, and so was Doom were both mentioned at Columbine when that shooting happened, Scrutinizer. You're not wrong. That was a thing. There was a lot of anger aimed at Doom because they thought one of the kids that did the shooting made like a high school, like a Doom level of their high school and ran around shooting people practicing for it. That was actually a story I remember reading, and I was rolling my eyes so hard at that. Because I was a big Doom player during that time period, and I was like, this is the stupidest thing I've ever heard in my life. Stupidest thing ever. Royal, you're going to do a fine job introducing your kids. You're a fan of games of this era, so I mean, you can bring your kids along, explain things along the way, all that stuff. You're in a great position to do all that. Yeah, Scrutinizer, that was actually a thing. They thought the kid created a Doom level of his high school and ran around shooting people, thinking he was actually doing it, and that's what was part of the cause. I have no words. Expect some Noah's Ark 3D. I could play it, Royal. We could play some Super Noah's Ark 3D. I didn't ever expect anyone to request that game, but yes, we could play it if you really wanted to. Super Noah's Ark 3D. Good God. You hated your freshman high school? What was going on with it, Goten? Too much authoritarianism or something from the administration? That's been a thing in a lot of schools. My schools were pretty lenient. I don't really have anything bad to say about them. Not really, like, even a whole lot of, like, crazy stories. It was, like, kind of, for a huge high school. My high school had 2,200 people in it. It was a public high school. It was pretty standard, but, I mean, it had its rough elements. You had rich kids. You had poor kids. You had kids that weren't so nice. You had all types of groups there, but for the most part, it was fine. There's not a whole lot I have to say about it as far as like crazy stuff like stories or anything. It's pretty bland. And yes, politicians do use everything to scapegoat what is the actual cause of problems. They'll find anything and everything if it suits their agenda, which is really unfortunate, but that is part of the times we live in. That's one reason I don't like politics. They piss me off. I don't like talking about it. It's just not a good thing. I try and stay out of it. I mean, I have to deal with it sometimes in real life, but when I can avoid it, I avoid it. These guys are gonna blow my head off if I don't move back. 430,000 for that. Dude, what? No. A copy of Sonic is 430,000, and there's no way. Chapters from a self-help booklet. Chris, you played Final Fantasy VI. Yeah, I knew you'd get all those Kefka references. Yeah, if anything needed to be censored for that time period, Kefka was more of a scapegoat than Doom would have ever been. Dude was a freaking psychopath to the extreme. No one ever said anything about Final Fantasy VI, but everyone wanted to talk about Doom. No, you're not fighting each other. I don't want that pain elemental to fight anything. It'll just spawn 20,000 lost souls. And then we won't beat this level because I'm going to run out of ammo. Now I have to save ammo because we're getting kind of low. And the Revenants aren't even dead yet. Sesame Street ABC, dude. Someone's gonna redeem that for a full stream, Goten, and that's gonna suck when that happens, because then we're gonna have to put up with Ernie flipping around a rubber duck for your entire stream. Someone's gonna do it at some point. It's not gonna be me. Rather play Noah's Ark than Dragon's Lair. I think the reason Super Noah's Ark 3D even exists is because ID Software that made Doom was not happy that Nintendo censored their version of Wolfenstein 3D on the Super Nintendo. That's the story. I don't know if that's actually true or not, but that's what I read. That's what I read somewhere, and I was kind of thinking maybe that's true because ID Software did all these games. And I think maybe they were pissed off at Nintendo. Would make sense. It sounds like a John Romero thing to do, right? Never paid my attention to RPGs because it helps my kid read. That's funny. And Scrutinizer, RPGs did help me read as a kid. I was reading at a more advanced level than most of my classmates because I played so many RPGs starting with Dragon Quest 1. So there's truth to that. I mean, it leveled out over the years, but I was off to an early start between like Final Fantasy 1 and Dragon Quest 1 and all that stuff. I got off to a fast start with reading. And it was because of those kind of games. Phantasy Star on Sega Master System. Dude, that is a hardcore RPG. I don't know how I ever finished that as a kid. It just took me forever. I wasn't a good player. I just stayed persistent on it. Okay, so that was debunked in the internet rumor that's more fun than true. ID Software released Wolfenstein source code to color Dream's Wisdom Tree for free. Revenge against Nintendo for imposing its heavy content restrictions on the Super Nintendo version of Wolfenstein, scrubbing the game of blood, shootable dogs, and Hitler. What better way to get Nintendo back than to leak the code to a competitor? In truth, Color Dreams paid ID Software for the engine. It was a good deal for ID too, who had all along. Okay. Cool. That's nice to know. I did not know that. Yeah, Royal, we played, Goten played Sesame Street ABC Challenge on his stream the other day, and we had a good time with it. It was interesting. It was interesting. It was very interesting. And yes, Old English, that was, Dragon Quest 1 was also my introduction to Old English as well. I had no clue what the guys were saying. I thought it was the weirdest thing ever. I was like, what? I don't even know what this means. That guy took a nice, healthy chunk out of my ass right there. I was hoping that wouldn't happen. We're getting through this level, though. You did a lot of reading in RPGs, too, as a kid. I bet that helped you with your, like advanced literature classes and stuff when you were younger. I bet it did. Not many people in the United States liked RPGs in that time period. I believe it was Final Fantasy VII that set off, like, made RPGs mainstream here in the United States. I believe it was Final Fantasy VII, despite a lot of great games, RPGs existing before that. But I think that's the game that kind of got people going like, hey, RPGs are kind of cool. And I remember even friends of mine at school were like, hey, have you played this Final Fantasy VII game? It's got all this weird stuff like experience points and levels. I was like, dude, I was doing that stuff 12 years ago, man. Get with the program. And they were like, oh. And I was like, I tried to show you guys like Final Fantasy 1 and stuff on Nintendo back in the day, and you thought it was a bad game. So that's kind of how that went. Carmack would have been, you want what for free? Fuck you, buddy. Yeah, John Carmack and John Romero would not have, thinking back, they may not have ever wanted to give away the source code for anything for free, because that was kind of like their bread and butter. They started this first-person shooter genre. It was all them. Am I supposed to be jumping down there? Oh my god, look at this. Now we are in business. I'm going to go ahead and get that. And I'm going to jump down here, too. And I got shot in the back, but that's fine. There could be worse games to play than Super Noah's Ark 3D. At least it's a first-person shooter. I mean, you could be playing Bible games or something. I've seen, for you guys that have watched Angry Video Game Nerd, I'm sure you know about how the Bible games are, how bad they are, and how awful they look, and the objectives are like a mess. And so there's worse than Super Noah's Ark 3D. RPGs were for dorks, and Final Fantasy VII came out and everyone foamed their pants. Exactly. You know exactly. You've been down the same road as me, Scrutinizer. You know. You know all too well how that worked. No one liked RPGs. I had a terrible time getting my friends to get interested in them. The yellow door is like way down there. Alright, can we even get to it from this side? Yeah, we can get to it from over here. Or we can't. Alright, we can get to it from here. We're good. First RPG was Breath of Fire. I played the Breath of Fire. Funny you should bring that up. Royal. Here's the map to it. I've got all my old stuff. There's Breath of Fire, the map. Here's Breath of Fire, the actual my actual box from it, from me growing up as a kid playing it. I kept 90% of my old stuff. I show it on stream sometimes. I'm still coming down from the Super Mario RPG high from a year before. Yes, Scrutinizer, that is one RPG I somehow missed out on, is Super Mario RPG, and I've got to go back and play that. I've got to. I've heard so much good stuff about it. Is this the end of the level, or is this going to be another trap? I'm whipping out my plasma gun. I don't trust this. Yep. There's trouble down there, and it looks like it's going to be hard to deal with because of the angles. Yeah. My first real RPG was Final Fantasy IV, at least I'm pretty sure it was. Yeah, so you probably played Final Fantasy II, what they called Final Fantasy II in the US. Is that it, Chris? It was Final Fantasy II on Super Nintendo? Because that was a great RPG. The translations in that were kind of awkward. They didn't do a good job with the translations, and they said the game didn't sell well at all, and I loved that as a kid. There's like weird lines in it too, like when you get to the desert, there's one that's coming to mind right away. There's one that's coming to mind right away in Final Fantasy IV. Final Fantasy II, there's like, Cecil's looking for Rosa, and someone says in the town, someone picked up a sick girl falling down. And I was like, the hell's that supposed to mean? But I looked it up, and that was stuff that was mistranslated. So they were all over the place with translations. Then they hired some guy, I think his name was Ted Woolsey or something. Squaresoft hired him to translate future games that were translated from Japan, and he did a much better job. And that's like Final Fantasy VI, Secret of Mana. Those types of games, I think, were done by a guy named Ted Woolsey that was very fluent in both Japanese and English, I believe. Yeah, the Breath of Fire box art is out. It's good in both versions. Normally, I don't like the English versions of box arts, but they did a nice job on that one. The Japanese one's really good, too. We should make this Baron of Hell fight these guys. I'm not hurting for ammo, but I mean... Whoa! Okay, big trouble here. Can I get out of here? I can't get out of here. I'll just melt this guy with a plasma real quick. It should be fine. Oh, they got in a fight over there. Dude, that's so perfect. Haha, perfection. Dude, that was so lucky. That was so lucky right there. Lady who composed the music for it moved on to compose Legend of Mana. Wow. Dude, Breath of Fire had great music. So, the person that did Breath of Fire sound went on to do Legend of Mana. I had no idea. And those are some of the soundtracks in those games are phenomenal. Oh, Super Mario RPG. I got it. Sorry. I got you. I got you. I haven't played Breath of Fire since way back then when my old journeyman was selling some of the SNES games, and Breath of Fire was one of them, so now I own it. They're worth even playing today, going back and playing today, Royal. They really are. They hold up. They're really good games. What am I doing back here? Okay. Oh crap, we gotta do a restart here. Ted Woolsey is one of the term Woolseyisms came from things like son of a submariner. Yes! Because see, some things he had to like improvise on the fly. He had to improvise because there was not like a direct translation of what they wanted to say between the two languages. That's what I remember reading back in the day. Let's go ahead and start this. What level is this? 17. Okay, let's go ahead and start this level from scratch. Alright, pistol start on level 17. Here we go. This is going to be the last level I have time for today, and then I got to bail and go get to work. I may not even have time to complete this. We'll see what we can do, though. It is 3:30. Yeah, I got to get back to work pretty soon, but see who composed. Breath of Fire had an incredible soundtrack. And Super Mario RPG I haven't even gotten to yet, but like I said, I've heard so much good stuff about Super Mario RPG. I want to try it. I love Mario, I love RPGs, and somehow I wasn't able to play it. I just like I guess there was too much going on in my life at the time. I don't know. This looks like a scary as hell level. My God. You bitch. The door is opening and he's already attacking me. His like animation has already started. Ogre battle, tactics, ogre, go. I'm gonna go ahead and die here. We're just gonna start this level over. I've taken too much damage. It's usually smart to start a level over if you get off to a bad start when you're playing on this difficulty, because you don't get a whole lot of leeway. It's Sakamoto. I know I've heard that for oh my God, Ogre Battle. I remember Ogre Battle. That's a game that many people did not know about. There's an Ogre Battle game on Super Nintendo, and I love the music from it. So he's the one that did that. Gauntlet 4 on Sega Genesis also had outstanding music. I remember when you and Rax were streaming that, Scrutinizer, because I remember watching it. And some of those dragon boss fights y'all got to were just like absolutely brutal. I never made it that far in the game, so I was really interested to see more of it. Final Fantasy XI, Final Fantasy Tactics, the PS1 RPGs. Oh my God, that is some talented work on music. If they did, oh my God. I had no idea that those were all done by the same person. I had no clue. Well, it makes sense now because they're all really good soundtracks. I've gotten where I work out to video game music now, which sounds kind of weird, but I kind of like it now. I mean, most of the music I like hard rock and alternative rock and some metal and stuff like that. But I mean, sometimes I just like put on video game music while I'm working out, and it's kind of awesome. If you guys, any of you guys like working out and stuff and listening to music while doing it, give it a try sometime. You might be pleasantly surprised. Dude, this level is just nasty as hell. All right, Royal, I'll catch you later, dude. Thank you so much for hanging out, man. Good luck with your test. Good luck with your test. Let me know how that goes, too. I wish you the best of luck on it. Oh, Rax is here. She heard Gauntlet 4. Gauntlet 4 was awesome. This level is just kicking my ass. Let's give Rax a shout out. Where are you, Rax? I know you're on my list here. I need to simplify this. This is a mess. This is just an absolute mess what I've got going on here. But it's the best I have to offer for now. But it'll get the job done. There we go. A lot of game music follows the same music theory put in place in electronica and retro pop. Sometimes jazz fusion. It works perfect. It really does. Even for some like new type, even some newer RPGs. I'm not much of a guy for playing a whole lot of new games, but new like RPGs and stuff, I'm jumping up and down to dive into. But like new first-person shooters, in the most part, I'm just not all that interested. I'd rather just play this. I know that would annoy the hell out of a lot of people. Like, you don't like new Half-Life, or you don't want to play so-and-so that just came out? And I'm like, nah, I'd rather just load up some new Doom levels I've never played, but... Just shoot this guy right in the face. I love it. Oh, we still got 27 hit points. All is not lost. I don't have much to work with here. This is a nasty level. Yeah, Royal, we'll catch you later, dude. Thanks so much for dropping in, and once again, best of luck with your test. Can I even get to that? It looks like a fountain or something. No, I can't get it. Yeah, Super Mario RPG, I'm going to have to play. I just keep hearing too much good about it. And since my girlfriend only likes like turn-based RPGs, that would be a really fun one for us to play together off-stream. That would be right up our alley. That's the kind of stuff we like to do off-stream. We watch anime, we listen to some music here and there, and we play RPGs. That's basically my life, and it's fun. Wow. Well, here comes another death. I'm not having much luck with this one. Can I jump off that and get the armor? No. Yeah, she likes Mario, and she likes RPGs, so I think that would be a good, like, compromise and stuff. She's not a fan of, like, Ninja Gaiden, Castlevania, those types of games. She doesn't find them all that much fun, but our turn-based RPGs are great. God. Alright, one more shot at this level. And then we'll have to pick it up next time. Not going well. There's a lot of nasty combat in this level. This isn't a puzzly level. This one's all about nasty combat. Gotta get down and dirty with this one. These chain gun guys are the worst. What we're playing right now, we're playing on Steam. We're playing the Legend of Heroes RPG series. There's a lot of them. We're playing Trails of Cold Steel 4. We're 160-something hours into that game. We're playing on Nightmare difficulty. It's really not that hard. But there's just so much content to do in that game, and there's a lot of anime cutscenes and all that stuff. And that's what we've been working on off-stream. That's a very long and involved RPG series, so it's been a good one. This game just came out this year, so I do occasionally play new games, but it's usually RPGs. But as far as like first-person shooter games and stuff, I'm extremely picky about them. Like when Quake 2 came out, like when did that come out? Like 1998 or something. I was like, dude, why do we need Quake 2? Quake 1's still going strong, and we're playing plenty of. We got competitive. Capture the Flag, Quake Team Fortress going on. Why the hell do we need to switch games? This is all we need. And I was like the only person that felt that way. Everybody else was like, oh my god, new game. I was like, who cares? Wisdom Tree games win. You do Sunday fun. Oh my god, not Wisdom Tree. Dude, this level. What am I doing wrong here? Other than just getting blown away over and over. This level's had the toughest combat yet, I think, at the beginning. Just a lot of shotgun guys, a lot of chain gun guys. This is a nasty one. Did Wisdom Tree or Color Dreams or whatever make any good games? I don't think they did. I don't think any game they made was good. And all their games were unlicensed too, and I think the reason that their games did not get stopped from being made is that they kind of forced Nintendo into a corner. They didn't want to make it. Nintendo didn't want to make it look like they were going after like a religious organization. That's what I read somewhere, and they kind of felt like they could get away with doing that, which is kind of a really scummy thing to do. But that's how they did it, I believe. And I don't think any of their games were like sold at like Toys R Us or KB, or I think they were sold in like Christian bookstores and stuff like that. I never actually saw one for sale in person, but that's what I read. Ooh, I can't believe we cleared all that stuff out without taking much damage. All right, this thing's still alive. I don't know if he can hit me from there. I'm not going to risk it. Looks like they can't even hit me from there. That's nice. Yeah, they were making unlicensed games. They should have been shut down. They absolutely should have been shut down. Who cares about all that other stuff? No, the law is the law, and they were making piles of crap. I wonder if anyone actually bought the... I didn't know a single person growing up that had one of those weird games. Not a single person. My friends and I used to like swap games back and forth at school and stuff like that, and I always wanted to swap for stuff like Double Dragon and like those type of games. Double Dragon 2. I don't think anyone was going to swap for Bible Adventures. I don't I don't think anyone was going to go for that. Or Super Noah's Ark 3D, none of that stuff. Yeah, they put a lockout chip on it, and they got the Super Noah's Ark got around it somehow by, like, you attach it onto another game or something. Yeah, they did do that, because I saw that in Angry Video Game Nerd. He was explaining how that game actually worked, which was kind of shocking to me that they went to those lengths to be able to do it. Can I get out there? It looks like there might be something to pick up. Oh yeah, I made it over here earlier. Revenants are okay as long as there's a corner to work with. If you don't have a corner to work with Revenants, you're in trouble. Alright, all those guys are dead. I am really low on ammo. I can't pick up any of that because... Oh wait, I can. Alright. Didn't even see that. Wisdom tree got around by... Yep, that's it. Nintendo should have done something. That's absurd. They should have done something. There was another company, Tengen, I believe, that made unlicensed games for Nintendo, and there's an early version of Tetris for the Nintendo that's really rare, and it's a 2-player game. It's way better than the Tetris that Nintendo put out. I actually rented that as a kid from some local video game store, and I was like, wow, this is cool. This Tetris game is cool. I didn't know that much about it, but later on I discovered that was an extremely rare game. Thou shalt not steal. That's right. It is one of the 10 Commandments, but it was probably a front. They probably weren't actually religious. They were just trying to get away with stuff and using the religious thing as cover. There's a lot of people that do that around here. I've seen that all my life living in Alabama. Literally my whole life. People claim to be something they're not to try and scam money out of people. It's awful. It's absolutely awful. Yeah, I'm not a religious guy either. I'm not a religious guy. There's plenty of good religions out there. There are. But from my experiences, from what I've dealt with, in my experiences living here, I don't have a very positive view of it. I just don't. And that was tricky for me to navigate as a kid, being a kid living in the Bible, which they call the Bible Belt, which is here in Alabama. Oh my God, I thought that wasn't gonna happen. Okay, I'm just gonna have to run for my life, or that's just gonna blow me. Okay. It was a very tricky challenge for me to navigate as a kid, not being religious whatsoever, living in the heart of a very religious place here like Alabama. I'm not gonna lie, it was hard to do. I had to be very careful about what I said. I had to be extremely careful. And even today, there's people I knew growing up. When I got on Facebook, I was like getting friend requests from people I knew in high school, that type of stuff. And then there were these two people I knew, this brother and sister, that were extremely religious back in the day. And they asked for my friend requests and all that stuff. And I was like, cool, because we were friends back in the day in high school and all that good stuff. So I was like, oh, what's up? How's it going? Well, then the first thing they asked me is what church I go to. And that was immediately a red flag right there. And I said, oh, well, I don't go to church. I'm not religious. I never said that back in the day. They never knew. And then immediately I didn't get a response right away. And I was like, well, I bet they probably didn't like that response. Well, as it turns out, they unfriended me and blocked me on Facebook. And these were people I was friends with, that I got along very well with back in high school. And no, I just got immediately blocked. Just immediately. And never a word to said again. Dude, that's extreme. That's extremism. You can't tolerate someone any... I was dumbfounded. I was like, we were good friends for 4 or 5 years throughout junior high and high school, and because I don't go to church, you're just gonna throw me under the bus and pretend you don't ever know me again. And then you not only did you unfriend me, you blocked me. I couldn't believe it. I couldn't believe it. The hypocrisy is insane, man. It really is. I see it every day living here. I see it in the politicians. I see it in a lot of people. It's awful. And a lot of them they don't actually follow what's supposed to be taught. They don't. There's a lot of good things in all religions, in the text and everything, but they don't follow it. They want to use it as like something to get something out of people. A lot of them do, and there's a lot that do follow it, and I'm extremely happy for them. I know several very religious people that follow it to a T, and they do a really good job with it. And then there's others that use it for exactly the wrong reason. So a lot of it comes down to the individual. It really does. But it gets torn into things it shouldn't. I mean, I'll give you a good example. You can't buy a lottery ticket here in Alabama because it goes against their religion. But what about people like me that are not religious? Oh, don't we get to buy a lottery ticket? No, we don't get to buy a lottery ticket. We don't get to do that because they don't want you to. It's insane. It truly is insane. I didn't mean to get political about this and stuff, but it's just kind of stuff I have to deal with a lot every day talking to people, and have to hear family members talk about it. It's not a good subject, but it kind of just is what it is. I'm gonna pick this up because if I don't, I'm just gonna die right here. I'm just gonna die right here. Should I be punching these guys to save ammo? I think maybe I should. Dude, there's an archvile here. Alright, we gotta kill him before this runs out. Alright, everything's not dead. Everything is not dead. Stuff's still teleporting in. This is nutty. Alright, we got the red key. I might actually be able to finish this crazy level now. I heard a Revenant rocket. I hear Arachnotron. This shit's about to hit the fan, I can tell. Dude, we got 100 shotgun shells here. Yeah, growing up in the American South, it was a tricky situation for me to navigate as a kid as far as religious stuff. A lot of times, when people would ask me, and the question pops up a lot, what church do you go to? Honestly, it's no one's business. And a lot of times, I just make up a church. I just make one up so I didn't have to put up with it. And they'd be like, oh, okay, and that would be the end of it. It's sad that I had to do that, but I didn't want to rock the boat sometimes because it felt like situations could easily get out of control with that. And then as I got older, it only seemed to get worse. And sometimes I'd invite friends over and stuff like that, and then like on Saturday night, and then Sunday morning I'd roll around and they go, "Oh, well, when are we going to church?" And it got awkward. But thankfully, I think I don't have to worry about that stuff as much anymore. But and hopefully that's gonna stay that way. But my experiences with organized religion and stuff back in the day were just not very good. All right, we're gonna hope to. No! That would have killed me if it hit me. Dude, that would have just blown my head off. That guy just got splattered. I love it. All right. Is there any health left? Is there anything I can do? I don't like 59%. I don't like it. That guy can totally hit me from there. Perfect. Now I'm scared to go forward. Knowing this game, there's going to be like 2 archviles that spawn around the corner. Something stupid's going to happen. I mean, I've just been conditioned to expect the worst from this at this point, because there's been so much bad stuff that happens. Think all sides society, grow a pair of balls and thicker skin, not bitch fight over petty social non-problems when there's so much more at stake on the planet and our feelings. I gotta go so crazy over, dude, I could not agree more. I could not agree more. The dumbest things people get real upset about. I could not agree with you more. I could not. Like we should nuke the Red Sox from the face of the planet. That's right, Yankee fan. That's right. That's right. Unleash your inner hatred of the Red Sox. I don't have a dog in the fight. But, oh, is that the end of this level? I don't have a dog in the fight. If I'm going to hate on a sports team, it's going to be the Auburn Tigers for college football. I'm an Atlanta Braves fan for baseball, but I don't hate on the Phillies or the Mets. But I know all about the Red Sox and the Yankees rivalry. I know all about it because my uncle was a huge Yankees fan growing up. So anytime I talk to him, he's telling me stuff like, "Did you see what the Red Sox did?" And I'm like, come on. Notice how my response to all things sport things is like, yes, I know sports ball things. That's fine too, Rax. That's totally fine. Sports isn't for everybody. I grew up as a sports kid in a really athletic family, so it's kind of ingrained in my blood. But I know there's a lot of people that don't like it, and I'm 100% cool with that. I got no problem with it. To each their own. I mean, there's a... Oh, now I find it! Now I find it at the very end of the level when there's no more enemies to kill. Of course. That's what they do. They're like, oh, you want the BFG? You want it? Okay, it's right next to the exit when everything's already dead. Why am I not surprised? Why am I not surprised? I'm a simple things kind of guy. I'm proud of the Cubbies for actually making it. Dude, I am too. I'm proud of them. Even fairly close to Back to the Future 2's prediction. Good on them. They get to rest easy for the next 50 years. I'm with you, man. I was pulling for the Cubs hard in that series. I just wanted them to get over that 100-year thing. No fan base deserves that. I was proud of them. I was nice and happy and proud. My dad and I were high-fiving and stuff. It was cool. It was cool. Redeem's Guide the Raid. Tsunade, it's her first year anniversary affiliate stream today. Well, then it's been decided. Then we're going to be raiding Tsunade. Thank you. Tsunade will be our raid target. And that is the end of the level, so it's time to raid now then. And we are up to, what level is this? 18. That's going to be whenever we play next. We'll start here at level 18, and not with the BFG, though. With the pistol. Alright, so let's wrap things up here. Such a beautiful win, too. Oh, I agree completely. As a Braves fan, we haven't had much success over the years as far as World Series, but I was so happy to see the Cubs win it. They deserved it. I was so happy. Now maybe the Cleveland Browns deserve it. They're a suffering fan base as well. Great today, man. Thanks for streaming, hanging out, chatting it up with us. I really appreciate you guys hanging out. I really do. Let me say this real quick to you guys. In the evenings, I have to apologize because a lot of times in the evenings when you guys are streaming, I have to work from home a lot of times. I have your streams going. Like, I'm going to be lurking, but there's a lot of times when I'm not able to follow along 100%. And I feel bad about that. I really do. I love following along with you guys' streams. I love following along with it. It's the most chill thing for me to do in the evening. But I work from home, so, and I kind of work two kind of jobs somewhat. I have my standard job where I work from home, like, in the earlier part of the day, and then I do some extra, like, freelance work for a little bit of extra income, because housing cost in this area, this is a college town, Tuscaloosa, and there's no middle ground here in Tuscaloosa. You either live in a real unsafe place, or you live in a decent place that's not unsafe, and then you pay a fortune for it. So housing cost here, always a problem. That's why I work, so I do extra work to help pay for that. And it's always been a dream of mine ever since I was a kid to own my own pool. I've never had a pool, and my girlfriend and I are trying to save up and get one, so we're trying to that's a process. Maybe by the next like 15 years we'll be able to get one. But yeah, guys, I just wanted to say I really love you guys' streams. They're awesome, and I wish I could follow along with them more. I really wish I could. Just the fact you're there means the world. You never have to apologize for that. I know. It just makes me feel guilty sometimes because you guys have been always so nice to me ever since we've met. I love trying to give back when I can. I love it. And lurking is one of the best ways I can do that right now, and that's what I try and do. So I just wanted to get that out there. I always feel guilty about not being able to chat and stuff. Happy as long as y'all enjoy hanging out. Never expect anything from anyone. You guys' streams have been awesome, man. You guys' streams have been excellent. I couldn't ask for more. I only got into Twitch because of COVID, because I was like, well, we're stuck at home. We gotta try and make do with this. But even when things return to normal in the future with COVID, I kind of want to keep doing this. This has been so chill and relaxing to me that I don't want to change things up. Big love to you guys as well, man. It's been a hell of a ride so far, and I want to keep this going. It's been awesome. It's just been awesome. So let's get that raid going to Tsunade. I don't want to keep you guys any longer. That's a 4-hour stream. I'm going to be working my ass off the rest of this evening, but that's fine too, because it's always good to hop on and stream for a while. I normally don't like to go this long, but some days it just works that way. What is Tsunade playing? This is that Kickmaster game. I've seen that before. This is kind of a cool game. I kind of like this. Playing Kickmaster. Alright, so let's get this raid going here. And then I gotta get back to work. It's got like experience points and magic points and different moves and stuff, and it's like a platformer with all kinds of weird extras onto it, and it's for Nintendo. It's kind of cool. Need to play it sometime. Alright, so let's see. Raid Tsunade. Alright, guys. You guys have a great rest of your day. I will catch you guys later. Probably in your streams, Twitter, wherever. So, see you guys later.
I'm not doing it well, guys.
Sorry.
Yeah, well, thank you. Thank you for the host. Mixer! Welcome, Raiders!
Thank you so much, Mixer. I'm trying to... Oh, shit. Thank you so much. Good to see you, Moon. Central. Request for NES, Sega Genesis, and Super Nintendo. Thank you so much, guys. I'm super happy. I can't believe that it's a year on the platform. So yeah, we have some new redemptions. You can choose a game to play. Let's continue. For 10 minutes, or a karaoke song, or play Gartic on a stream,